Hi, my name is Les Shockley. I own the world's most powerful truck. It's a 1984 Peterbilt, and it's powered by two Westinghouse J34 jet engines, and it produces 36,000 horsepower. The truck took 9.5 months to build. It cost $250,000 to build it. It's a stock 1984 Peterbilt cab, and the front end is special made from fiberglass. So is the sleeper that's on it. The chassis is made from about $8,000 worth of 4130 chromoly tubing. This thing is almost like a space shuttle. It has so many different redundant features as far as the safety things. You know, it's got 2 or 3 different ways to shut off the engines, and 2 different parachute setups, and just a multitude of different safety things built into it. This truck, because of the power and the engines and everything in it, it creates a lot more noise and everything inside the cab. It's like an echo chamber in there. It's actually probably the most exciting part of this whole act is when you're up there at the starting line and before you leave. Because of the mass of the vehicle, it doesn't run as fast as a lot of the cars that I've driven over the years. So it's not quite as exciting to me going down the track because it does handle so well. I like a car that doesn't handle that good, something you have to kind of fight, you know, to get down a racetrack. Your mind's probably going 200 miles an hour and your heart's going 300 miles an hour. The adrenaline's maybe 500 miles an hour. You're pretty hyped up. I still am. Up to this point, all jet-powered trucks have been powered by one engine. When we built this truck, we built it actually with 3 engines. In about 6 to 8 weeks, we'll be running the truck with 3 engines, and we expect it to run at speeds of probably 240 or 50 miles an hour and a quarter.
Well, most people have single-engine dragsters. Dick Gallardi's thought was there was no twin-engine dragsters. He felt that the twin-engine, especially using the J34-48, would produce a tremendous amount of fire and smoke. The car took over 2 years to build, with thousands of hours of preparation and work. My name's Steve Cotugno, driver of the Botown Express twin-jet dragster. The car was built and engineered by Dick Gallardi of Boston, Mass. The car produces over 25,000 horsepower at 12,000 pounds of thrust. The car will do over 300 miles an hour in a quarter mile. Through NHRA, we are restricted to 175. So we run all their tracks under 175 miles per hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the biggest, heaviest, most powerful race car you've ever seen. Out of Boston, Massachusetts, Steve COTUGNO'S awesome Botown Express. 30 feet long, weighs a couple tons. It's powered by not 1, but 2 Westinghouse J34 jet engines. 20,000 pounds of thrust. And when you see this thing go down the track, you aren't gonna believe it. The engines out of Navy's Banshee jet fighter. One of them propelled the jet fighter at 600 miles per hour. Imagine what 2 of them can do on this monster. So Steve Cotugno bringing the Botown Express, the only twin-engine jet dragster in the world, to the starting line here. He's got it in smoke, afterburners on, and here he goes. Look at him blast his way on down the quarter mile. Both jet engines putting out gobs of horsepower. The Botown Express, 6.99 seconds. See the twin chutes bringing that big, long, weedy roadster to a halt at the end of the Raceway Park quarter mile.
The experience is probably the same as leaving the top of a roller coaster and gliding downhill, constantly picking up speed until the point where it seems like you can't take it anymore and you shut the car off. It's a totally awesome feeling, and it's just unbelievable.
His name is Roger Gustin. He's the active, living legend of the sport of jet car racing.
Up against Roger Gustin himself in the beautiful Lava Machine Camaro.
The Lava Machine is regarded as one of the most spectacular vehicles in drag racing. At 47 years old, Roger is the king of the jet car circuit.
There you go.
He's a driver, mechanic, engineer, and spokesman for jet car racing.
Folks enjoying the race today?
Yeah.
Good.
We've been in competition about 2 weeks ago.
We're running both lava machines all the time now. Mike Evagene's driving the other one. We just finished doing some testing with it, and they're just as close as they can be. We won the that All-American Jet Car Nationals here, and was a runner-up with the other car. So,
trying to push a little more. We're gonna keep it to where you're at.
Always push it to the limit. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
In 1972, he began a one-man crusade to convince the National Hot Rod Association to sanction jet cars, and became the first driver ever licensed by the NHRA to drive a jet-powered dragster. In 1980, he switched to the jet funny car.
This is a lava machine. I'm Roger Gustin. I drive it. I'd like to show you a few things about the lava machine. You're looking at the very back end of the afterburner of a JT-12 Pratt Whitney jet engine that came out of a like a corporate jet. Produces about 6,000 horsepower, and we've run speeds well over 260 miles an hour. The body is a fiberglass replica of a Z28 Camaro. It's one-piece fiberglass, very lightweight, very sleek, aerodynamic car. This is the front of the jet engine. You can see that we've got it screened to prevent any foreign object damage from going into the intake. This is something you'd never see on an aircraft. But being I'm sitting right beside the compressor in this engine, I need all the protection I get, plus that's part of NHRA's strict safety rules. We're looking at a 4130 chromoly space chassis that was built by Horton Race Cars down in Belton, South Carolina. Over here, you're looking at a 30-gallon fuel tank that we burn up about 25 or 26 gallons of jet fuel every run. That also includes the fire show that the fans love so much. I think we've got probably one of the most state-of-the-art race cars in jet car racing. The lava machine has a JT-12 Pratt Whitney jet engine built by Craig Arbons, and that is the entire drivetrain. There is no differential, there's no transmission, no drive shaft, and no U-joints in this car. Just to give you a quick look, this is the main fuel. This is afterburner fuel. This is the main parachute. This is the emergency parachute and emergency fuel shut-off. This is the show business handle. This is for the fire show that adds a lot of fire out there on the starting line. One of the most asked questions I have is, what does it feel like to be inside the lava machine here and light that afterburner and getting torched off that starting line with 6,000 horsepower? I gotta tell you, it's absolutely an incredible sensation.
Roger has two jet funny cars, the lava machine and the lava pump car. They crisscross the United States in a giant tractor trailer, thrilling thousands of fans with their daring exhibitions of speed and fire like volcanoes exploding. Here's Roger on jet funny cars.
Probably the most exciting sensation that I think that you can have and stay on the ground, not be an astronaut, is driving this lava machine. When you're sitting there with the car staged, you light that afterburner, you've got 5 Gs against your body the very instant that it accelerates off the starting line. When you cross the finish line, you pull the parachute, shut the engine off, and it's an instant reversal of about 4 Gs negative in getting the car stopped when the parachute opens.
Basically what a wheelstander is we travel down a quarter mile, the speeds exceeding 130 miles per hour on the rear wheels only. The front wheels are approximately 6 feet in the air. I've held national records 3 or 4 times with my Young American car, the Monza body, and Jim Curtis has set a few with my other car, the Superbug. These cars are tube chassis type, almost like a rear engine funny car. The reason the engine is in the rear is all the weight transfer is in the back of the car, and what it does is makes a good lifting type effect to the front of the car. Down the quarter mile, front wheels up in the air the whole way down the quarter mile. Madman Marco is what they call me. My real name is Mark Hildenin. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been driving race cars for the past 11 years. The past 6 was wheel stand cars for a full-time living. Myself and Jim Smokehouse Curtis co-drive. I drive this car here called the Young American Chevy Monza Wheelstander. My co-partner Jim Smokehouse Curtis drives the Superbug, which is a VW-bodied Wheelstander.
I'm Jim Smokehouse Curtis. I'm a Madman Marco Wheelstander, so I drive the Superbug. Another Wheelstander like the Young American. They both run the entire quarter mile at about 130 miles an hour on 2 wheels.
It's a very different feeling to lift the front wheels 6 feet in the air and have to control the car with a braking system in the rear wheels. What we actually do when the front wheels lift up is we grab a lever on our right-hand side and you push that lever forward to go left and you pull it back to go right. The reason for this, obviously, the front wheels are 6 feet in the air. There's no way of using the steering wheel. All we use the actual steering wheel for is steering the car once it comes down from making a quarter-mile run. Otherwise, we're up in the air, we're looking out a hole between our feet to see where we're going. We have a small opening. We can see approximately 100 feet in front of us. So we're looking out the floor. We're steering with our right hand with a steering brake, with the rear wheels actually braking the car to steer it. And we're shifting with our left hand. We make one shift down the quarter mile and steering with our right. We leave the starting line and hopefully if we make a good run, when we get to the other end, we're going over 130 miles per hour with the front wheels up in the air, wheel stand. Spark, they have what they call titanium plates on the end of the wheelie bars. The wheelie bars are here that come out the back of the car, and here we have plates of titanium. And as they're breaking off, these pieces of titanium are very hot, and it's a very, very bright white spark. And as they're going off into the air, they're burning up, and it's a very bright white spark. And that's the reason we use the type of metal titanium, just as part of our show.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, now with the Jet Funny Cars. Ms. Sue Ransom in the left lane. Join the Repco, sponsored Datsun 280Z Jet Funny Car against Ken Warby in the right lane, driving the Mustang body car, also sponsored by Repco. Both of these cars, powered by Westinghouse J85 jet engines, 5,000 pounds of thrust, 10,000 horsepower. Two of the cars, both of them from Australia. The Thunder from Down Under, they call it. These cars, capable of running slow 6-second elapsed time at speeds of over 250 miles per hour. And unlike the nitro funny cars and alcohol funny cars that you see here today, these cars are jet propelled. Everything on the starting line that isn't bolted down has been removed. Get ready, because here we go with the start. They're off. Ransom moves first. Warby trying to pass her. But here comes Susie. She's flying a big end. A 618 for the win. Jet Funny Car fans, get ready. The track lights have been turned off for the starting line firefight between the STROH'S Jet Funny Cars. The STROH'S Firebird in the right-hand lane. Taking on the STROH'S Light Dodge Charger in the other lane. Both cars injecting raw jet fuel into the afterburner and literally setting the track on fire. Boat cars powered by Westinghouse J34 jet engines, producing 6,000 pounds of thrust, 12,000 horsepower. The track lights come on and you can get a better look at the STROH'S jet funny cars, burner popping their way to the starting line, injecting raw fuel to the afterburner, hitting the ignition. That's what creates that noise, those flames you see. They're ready, here's the green, they're off. Left lane looks like he's gonna take it, he does. And a lap time 6.27 seconds, over 250 miles an hour.
Hello, my name's Elmer Walker, better known as Dr. Wacko. I'm the leader or coordinator of a group of racers known as the Wild Bunch. This is my 86 CJ7 Jeep powered by a small block aluminum Chevrolet motor with an automatic transmission. The quickest time for my Jeep is an 8:32 at 165 miles an hour. The Wild Bunch, a group of racers, has diversified as a Jeep to a Chevrolet truck to an 86 Datsun, Camaros, all door slammer type of vehicles and bodies that you can recognize, is a group of racers based in Central Maryland. There are numerous cars in the Wild Bunch. Camp Stanley's 75 Love pickup truck powered by a big block Chevrolet with a Lenco. Flies down the track, sometimes both lanes, but he usually makes the quarter mile in good fashion.
I'm Camp Stanley, owner-driver of the 1975 Chevy Love pickup, just loving it. Powered by a supercharged, fuel-injected big block Chevrolet engine, 4-speed Lenco, and a 9-inch Ford rear. I have to use this wing to hold it down in top end because this is not the most aerodynamic race car in the world. It's almost like driving a brick down a racetrack. The 75 Chevy Love pickup's known for going left, right, straight, around the ring, occasionally nipping the guardrails, but it's all part of fun and games.
Tommy Howes, the pilot of the 86 300 ZX Datsun, the quickest car to date in the Wild Bunch, with speeds approaching 200 mile an hour and ETs in the low 7s. Dennis Brightwell, probably one of the favorites in the group, a 67 Camaro, all steel body, powered by a 427 Chevrolet. This car probably is the closest to a wheel standard that the whole group has, as when it leaves the line, the wheels are in the air. Carol Hines in the 27T Roadster, powered also by a big block Chevrolet. Best ET around 782 at 178 mile an hour. These cars in between rounds come back, check the valve lash, check for any parts that are broken, and repack the parachute, check the air pressure in the tires, and then we're up for a second round. Hope we do well.
Street type cars with funny car motors, ladies and gentlemen, the Wild Bunch. In the left-hand lane, the one and only Dr. Wacko, Elmer Wachter. He's a neurosurgeon, a neurologist. He's a brain transplanting fool. Taking on the greasy pygmy, they call him, Camp Stanley in the Wild Lovin' It truck. A Chevy small block, supercharged, fuel injected on alcohol, powering a Jeep, and a 511 cubic inch aluminum Chevrolet Rodak racing engine powering the Wild pickup. How'd you like the drive these cars on the street wild, I'll tell you. Backing up after their first burnout, the crew members guiding them back. We're going for a roar on wheels here today at New England Dragway. Ground-pounding, earth-shaking, road warriors of the quarter mile. The Wild Bunch. The craziest cars you'll ever see go down a drag strip. Here we go. Side by side off the starting line, Cam Stanley's Love-It truck with a big block Chevy leading the way through the lights. He takes the win at 8:29 to a losing 8:69. Who's behind those Foster Grants? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tommy the Who House. And driving the very mysterious RCD Datsun. 540 cubic inch aluminum Chevy engine, supercharged on fuel injection, the fastest car of the Wild Bunch. He's run mid 7-second times. What a pair of wild burnouts by these crazy Wild Bunch cars. In the left-hand lane, the unbelievable bright light Camaro of Denny Brightwell, powered by a 460 cubic inch steel block Chevy racing engine. It's got the stock A-frames, the stock front suspension, but one of the quicker cars in the Wild Bunch circuit. More like a street car than any other car in the Wild Bunch. Wild wheel-standing burnouts by both cars. Checking out the traction on the starting line. Two of the wildest cars in all of drag racing. These guys are more than drag racers, they're entertainers. Taking their quarter-mile rocket ships down the drag strips all across the country. The Wild Bunch, the stands are always packed when these guys appear at the local drag strip. Wheel standing their way off the sideline side by side. Tommy House, he has a motor ball. Look at the smoke coming out the back. Denny Brightwell, the Camaro streaking for the lights. A low elapsed time, 8 seconds flat. 170 miles per hour for the steel block bright light Camaro. They call him TV Tommy Ivo. He's one of drag racing's living legends. He's been in the sport since the beginning. He got the name TV from his acting days 25 years ago when he was one of the Walt Disney Mouseketeers. This is his transporter, bringing his latest race vehicle out to the track. Tommy's been around for a long, long time.
Well, I've been racing now for 30 years. This is the car we're running out here now, has a jet engine in it. It's the 33rd car that I've owned in drag racing. I've had single-engine cars, 2 motors, 4 motors, funny cars, dragsters, just about everything you can think of. My name's Tommy Ivo, or known as TV Tommy Ivo in drag racing. This is my jet-powered race car. It's the 33rd race car I've had in 30 years of drag racing. It's got a J34 Westinghouse engine in it. Puts out about 6,000 horsepower. Runs about 250 miles an hour and a quarter of a mile. I've, well, like I say, TV Tommy Ivo. That came from my other occupation. I worked for 28 years in motion picture and television. I did the Donna Reed Show, Mickey Mouse Club, Bachelor Father, just about all different situation comedies that came about in the early 50s and 60s.
This is TV Tommy Ivo's latest race car, his jet-powered dragster. Tommy's raced a lot of vehicles in his career. He talks about this one.
Each car has its own unique thing. Like these jet cars run very fast at the very top end of the course. All of a sudden they take off like a scared rabbit. Of course, I grew up with the sport, so it was a challenge all the time. We were constantly changing cars, upgrading the thing. Now it's become a little stagnant because we've come to the state of the art. Where do you go from here? That's the deal. After you've bounced down the track at 260 miles an hour, what do you do for an encore? I've tried everything else. I've skydived, scuba dived, I've got motorcycles, I ski, water ski, snow ski, but still the thrill of it all is the acceleration, going so fast in a quarter of a mile from 0 to 260 miles an hour. car itself, you're controlling a car that has about 6,000 horsepower, and you don't want to make any mistakes, so your mind's pretty much occupied with exactly what's happening with the race car itself.
Here's the green light, a cloud of smoke, and the Lindsay's out. Look at that mess. What fire, what fury, what smoke, unbelievable. A red line shot by the Lindsay hands IVO the win. The 30-year veteran of the TV man, the winner here in Jet Car Racing action.
I've been asked by people so much about my four-motor car that I owned about 20 years ago because a lot of them haven't had a chance to see it. And we're restoring it right now to put it in the museum. And before I stick it in the museum, I think I'm going to take it around the circuit and let the people see it that haven't had a chance to see it. It was probably the most famous car I ever built because of the unique fact that it was the only car with 4 engines in it.
He's been racing here at Raceway Park ever since the beginning, 1965. The TV Tommy Ivo, retiring this year after his 30th year of drag racing. He's going to be going on to become a Mickey Mouse Club Mouseketeer. The track owner, Vince Knapp, presenting television Tom Ivo, one of my real drag racing heroes of the plaque. Tommy, we love you. You're the best, baby.
Okay, pulling out on the track to fire it up. It's TV, Tommy Ivo's legendary 4-engine Buick funny car. Ivo, a legend in the sport of drag racing, been doing it for 30 years, out now with his car that's 20 years old, 1,604 cubic inches, 4 Buick engines, fuel injected, on alcohol, ready to pull up and burn rubber with all 4 wheels, a 4-wheel drive funny car. Ivo getting ready to go on the starting line, pulling up carefully, getting ready to drive away, burning rubber into drag racing history.
What makes a woman drive this awesome machine?
I just done it one Sunday and loved it. I've been racing now for 16 years, and that was my goal the first day I ever seen a funny car was to own and drive one.
What is the competitive edge between men and women? You're probably just one of 2 women, I think, that are even racing these type of machines.
Well, fortunately, drag racing is one of the few sports that it doesn't make any difference whether you're male or female, because it doesn't take any power whatsoever to drive these cars. It just takes personal stamina, takes no power. You know, you just use your 2 little pinkies and just drive right on down through there.
This is truly an awesome looking and beautiful machine here. Can you tell us what it's like to sit behind that steering wheel between those 2 tires at the starting line in that fire suit? It's hot as hell under there, and 20,000 people are looking at you. What's going through your head?
Absolutely nothing. It's total concentration. You sit there and you think of nothing except what you're going to do. It is the most fabulous feeling you've ever had in your whole life. You're aware of the fans and everything around you, but you don't really feel it. It's just the most fabulous feeling.
Now, you have a notorious reputation as the queen of the burnouts. You lay some kind of a burnout down that track. What is the purpose of this burnout, and why do you go so intense in it?
Okay, the purpose of this burnout is to heat up the tires. The hotter you get those tires, the better it's going to bite when you actually leave the line. Plus, to me, doing a burnout is 3/4 of the race anyhow. I like that more than any part of it.
A real crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final round of the IHRA Winter Nationals here in Darlington, South Carolina. In the right-hand lane, the lady that used to be a Playboy bunny, Ms. Bunny Burkett, in the brand-new Matheson Burkett Chrysler Laser Alcohol Funny Car. What a great burnout! There's Gary Saloni driving the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania-based Pontiac Firebird they call the Road Warrior. This is the first national event final round appearance for either of these cars, and neither wants to lose. This is going to be a battle. It's man versus women. The battle of the sexes here, right on the starting line of the IHRA Winter Nationals. Both cars carefully actually backing up onto the same tracks when they made their burnout. They want to get all the traction they can for this, the most important drag race of their career. A brand new car for Bunny there in the right lane, and she'd like to win this. Look at that pretty car. What a nice looking machine. It's bound to win a Best Appearing Car Award at some future event. But here she goes against the man, Gary Saloni, here in the left lane, going to give the Bunny a race for her money. This is it, the final round, and the winner is going to be decided in just a second. Bunny burps it up to the line. Saloni is staged very, very carefully, inching into the beams. Here we go. The biggest drag race of either of these drivers' life right now, right here. It's on the line. The biggest race of Bunny's career. She's been doing this for 20 years. This is her finest effort yet, and she'd definitely like to win this, her first national event. Can she do it? Gary Saloni's going to try and intimidate her, but Bunny's not that type. Here we go. Saloni off first, but Bunny's starting to make tracks. It looks like she's pulling ahead at the finish line. She's going to do it. Her first national event victory of her career. A 6:34, 220 miles per hour. The lady does it. Bunny Burkett wins her first national event. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The most incredible jet-powered vehicle you're ever going to see. Bob Moats with his J79 powered jet truck. Look at the fire coming out of the stacks. He's got the biggest, most powerful Westinghouse jet engine you can get. The J79, 15,000 pounds of thrust, 30,000 horsepower. Is going to push this Kenworth tractor down the Raceway Park quarter mile. Look at it rocking, ladies and gentlemen. The thrust from that engine just making that truck hop around. Fire out of the stacks. Fire out of the tailpipe, lighting up the night sky here tonight. Look at that, unbelievable. Look at the torque, make that truck twist and turn as it comes up towards the starting line. The fire coming out of the stacks, unbelievable. Look at that smoke, fire, you pyromaniacs, this is gonna make your night. Unbelievable, look at the power that this truck has got. The biggest jet engine ever built by the government. The big J79, this thing is huge. And it's going to take a whole lot of horsepower to power MOTZ'S truck down the quarter. Here we go. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Bob Moats, 7.65 seconds, 175 miles an hour. Fired and running, ladies and gentlemen, the world's only gold-plated jet dragster, Jerry Hot Rod Siegel. He's only 26 years old, driving John Fattori's car he calls Simple Pleasure. Over $15,000 worth of gold plating on this vehicle. Instead of regular chrome, they use gold. Sponsored by the 14K company out in California. It's powered by the J34 Westinghouse jet engine, 16,000 horsepower. And Siegel's just about ready to go down the track here in the right-hand lane. The Zeus buttons that hold the body panels on this car are worth $8 a piece. Usually you can buy it for a quarter, but not from this car. They're gold-plated. 14-karat gold everywhere. One of the most beautiful cars ever to hit down the drag strip. Siegel out of California lights the burner and he's making his way towards the starting line. What a pretty car. His competition in the other lane is Mr. Tom Downtown Brown at Los Angeles, California, driving his jet-powered dragster he calls the California Plane. Powered by the lighter, less horsepower Westinghouse J85 jet engine. It's a lighter car, a little bit horsepower, but it's going to give Jerry a run for his money. So here we go. Siegel, right lane, the Simple Pleasure, the gold-plated car, and Tom Brown, California Flame on the left side, ready to battle it out in a jet-propelled ride at over 200 miles an hour, inching their way into the staging beam very, very carefully. The jet's on full burner right now. In just a moment, the green light's going to come on. They'll light the afterburner, and away they gentlemen, the master of disaster and his troupe of traveling stuntmen are here tonight to perform one of the most dangerous stunts you've ever seen. Tonight, you're going to see their attempt to jump a full-size automobile that looks like the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard off a ramp 200 feet in the air and land on a pile of junk cars. At 90 miles an hour, he hits the ramp. What an impact! Unbelievable! Almost flipping over. Dave Rigby, stunt coordinator, dives into the front window of that Dodge. The crowd can't believe what they've seen here tonight. Unbelievable! The driver, is he okay? Yes, he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Rigby congratulating him on an unbelievable jump here tonight. Look what he's done to that replica of the General Lee. Reduced it to a pile of junk. The front end completely destroyed. You see a happy young man there. It's a 69 Dodge Charger. It's worth quite a bit of money to you car collectors out there. And as you can see, it's a pile of junk. Windows blown out, front end destroyed. Here comes what it looked like before. Take a look at the cars on the drag strip. 4 full-size automobiles with their roofs caved in with that Dodge landed on top. Okay, we're going to clear the track now and get ready for our next stunt here tonight by the Masters of Disaster. 14 spectators out of our grandstands have donated their street cars here tonight, parked them under the ramp, in line with 4 more junk cars, and the Masters of Disasters are going to take this 1972 Plymouth that you see out here, an ex-New Jersey State Police undercover car, jump it off the ramp and crash it into the pile of junk cars. Our safety crew is ready, and I'm sure all of you people out there are going to get a kick out of seeing the cop car crash. Approaching the ramp at 90 miles an hour, he must hit it perfectly or he's in big trouble. What an impact! He didn't want to land like that with his back end on the ground, almost flipping over. Rigby rushing to the car to the aid of his driver, helping him unbuckle the shoulder harness, the seatbelt that holds him in that car. What a crazy profession, but it's a real crowd pleaser. Traveling at 80 miles per hour, he was 20 feet in the air and he traveled over 200 feet, landing on a pile of junk cars. That's why they call him the Master of Disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is now being set for the most dangerous auto jump you've ever seen. The fire trucks you see out there, the fire crew, there's a reason for that, because the Masters of Disasters are going to attempt to jump a full-size automobile off this ramp 200 feet in the air and land on this pile of junk cars. It's a little different than the 2 you've seen previous, because this time the car is going to be on fire. This stunt has been banned at many events across the country because of the danger involved. The driver coming down the track now at 90 miles an hour, ready to hit that ramp on fire. Exploding in a fireball, landing on top of the cars. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the entire back half of the car engulfed in flame. Dave Rigby frantically jumping on the car, checking on his driver, the fire crew. With the extinguishers on the back of the car, they got the fire out. He's okay. There he comes out through the front windshield. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, the Masters of Disaster. While we're waiting for the funny cars to get ready for the next round, here we go. Two of the wildest vehicles ever to go down the drag strip. Bob Hall's Paddy Wagon, Chevy Vega, taking on Danny O'Day's wind-up pickup. They're called Wheelstanders, designed to travel down the quarter mile on their back wheels, their front wheels up in the air, and there you go. Bob Hall making a burnout. Here comes O'Day, as you can see easily, picking up the wheels, the little wind-up motor in the back, really cranking it out to get this pickup truck down the quarter mile. Both vehicles with big block supercharged and fuel injected, stuffed in where the back seat would usually be. Turning around out there in the middle of the track and coming back to the starting line. These cars with a lot of weight in the back, they got those wheelie bars hanging out, and titanium wheel skids which shoot a shower of sparks as they go on down the Raceway Park quarter mile. So here they come back towards the starting line, all with a paddy wagon, got the flashing lights, got the siren. He's making a U-turn, he'll be running in the right lane. That big block Chevy stuck in the back, a Danny O'Day pickup truck. He calls it the wind-up pickup truck. And it's producing about 1,500 horsepower. That big Chevy engine sitting in the pickup bed. These drivers sitting right in front of those big supercharged engines. Look at the scoop sticking out the roof of the paddy wagon over there in the right lane as he brings it towards the line. These drivers, as soon as they leave the starting line, they look through holes in the floor of their vehicles and steer the car using an independent pair of rear brakes, sort of like the way you steer a bulldozer. There they go, up in the air, they go up. The spark shooting off the tail skids, the big block Chevy engines, pumping them down the track, and what a wild pass! The wind going to the paddy wagon, a good run for him. Danny O'Day right alongside. Drag racing fans, get ready for the most powerful jet dragster ever built. The incredible Green Mamba of Doug Rose. Take a look at that fire show. Not only does it squirt fire out of the tailpipe, but also out of the smokestack on the top of that powerful J60 jet engine. Doug Rose lost both of his legs in a jet car accident back in the early 70s. He went out of control at over 200 miles per hour in a horrible accident. He now has 2 wooden legs, and he has made his way back into the driver's seat of the Green Mamba. The biggest jet engine ever put in a drag racing vehicle, the J60 Westinghouse, 12,000 pounds of thrust, 24,000 horsepower. It's a lot bigger, it's a lot heavier than the other engines you see in some of the jet cars, but without a doubt the most powerful. What a fire show by the Iron Man Doug Rose. Rose motioning his crew to get out of the way as he brings the powerful Green Mamba to the starting line. Literally setting the track on fire. The noise, the fire, the smoke. Look at all the smoke coming out of the tailpipe of the Green Mamba. There's not a mosquito living within 100 miles. Listen to the sound of that 60 as it winds up coming to the starting line. Rose blasting on down the track. 6.64 seconds, 249.30 miles per hour for the unbelievable Green Mamba. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the world's only father and son wheel stand team, Jack and Toby Ermintrout. They drive a pair of cars that are made to go down the quarter mile on their back wheels with their front wheels 13 feet in the air. Here you go, the old man in the left-hand lane. He calls the car Hemi Under Glass, big block Chevrolet in the back seat of that Firebird. His competition, his son, Toby, 19 years old, he calls it the Night Raider, a Ford Mustang again with a big block Chevy in the back. The king of the Wheelstanders, Jack Ermintrout, 20 years in the business, showing his son, second-generation wheel stand driver, how it's done here on the quarter mile. 40 years old, the old man defeats the teenager, Toby, here on the quarter mile. Larry Flash Flickener in a rocket-powered funny car he calls Natural High, powered by 98% pure hydrogen peroxide. Squirted on a silver screen, it creates a violent explosion, thrusting this Vega down the quarter mile at 300 miles an hour. He's off, taking it on down the quarter mile. 1,800 pounds, 10,000 pounds of thrust. He's through the traps. A new track record. Larry Flash Flickener, 4.71 seconds, the quickest time ever recorded here at Raceway Park. 251 miles an hour. What a pass! Ladies and gentlemen, here's the world's largest racing vehicle you're ever going to see. Steve COTUGNO'S awesome Botown Express. It's 30 feet long, it weighs 5 tons. It's powered by not one, but two Westinghouse J34 jet engines. 32,000 horsepower, and he's making his way towards the starting line. Look at the fire squirting out the back of that car. Unbelievable. Raw fuel being dumped in the afterburner and lit. Steve COTUGNO out of Beantown, driving the unbelievable Botown Express. It's 30 feet long. It's almost as long as a tractor trailer. And what you're about to see is the most unbelievable vehicle in all of drag racing. Go down the quarter mile. There's no other vehicle like it. Nobody can run against him. Here he goes. Steve COTUGNO'S Botown Express. How about that unbelievable? A 6:99 elapsed time, 194 miles an hour. The cool water night is starting to heat up here at New England Dragway as fire and smoke comes out the stack of MOTZ'S incredible jet-powered KENWORTH. Bob Moats out of Ohio, the first driver ever to build a jet-powered truck. One of the most powerful landlocked vehicles you're ever going to see. An incredible fire show by the jet truck. Moats really revving it up as it brings it to the starting line. Look at the fire coming out the stacks. Look at the torque twisting that truck side to side. The wildest vehicle you're ever going to see go down a quarter mile. Fire, flames, smoke, and noise. Look at the truck rock. Moats burner popping his way towards the starting line. The truck cab literally almost catching on fire. Moats lighting up the nighttime sky here at New England Dragway. You people in the back of the pit better get yourself to a spot
truck is powered by 3 Westinghouse jet engines. Each one of these engines were developed to use in a Navy fighter. Each one of these engines develops about 6,300 pounds of static thrust and about 12,000 horsepower at the speed of sound. In theory, and only theory of course, because the truck couldn't take it or this old driver couldn't handle it, but this truck has enough power to run over 2,000 miles an hour. Everybody always asks me what it feels like to sit in this truck at the starting line and what you think about. I really don't know how to answer that because I don't know how to compare it to anything else I've ever done. I know the feeling going down a racetrack must be something like the clown experiences when he gets shot out of a cannon there at the circus. The only difference is as soon as he leaves the barrel of the cannon, he slows down and we keep right on accelerating. And as far as what it feels like going down there, or what it looks like, I don't know because I'm so scared I keep my eyes shut.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The most incredible drag racing vehicle you'll ever want to see. This is the one you came to watch. Out of Galena, Kansas, Mr. Lester Shockley. They call him Shockwave. In just a minute, you're going to find out why. He's about ready to drive his Peterbilt racing truck, powered by not 1, not 2, but 3 Westinghouse J34 jet engines out of Navy Banshee fighter jets. Unbelievable is the only way to describe it. Each engine producing 8,000 pounds of thrust. Each engine producing 16,000 horsepower. What you are seeing is 48,000 horsepower of jet engine getting ready to propel the jet truck down the quarter-mile. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that for a fire show? Raw fuel being dumped into the afterburner. He gets the ignition and makes fire, fire, and more fire. Shooting out the afterburners of the jet. Shooting out the chrome stacks on top of the truck. The most powerful vehicle ever built anywhere in the world, and made to do one thing: travel the quarter-mile as fast as it possibly can. Shockley doing the burner pop, the fire show, testing everything, making sure everything is A-OK for the blast. He's going to go down the quarter-mile. Raw fuel on fire, shooting out of that tailpipe. Shockley bringing that 6-ton Peterbilt to the starting line. It's hot, let me tell you, it's hot out there. Everybody getting out of the way. Les Shockley lighting up the nighttime sky. Look at it. Shockley inching very carefully, driving his truck into the SUV and getting ready for the start. You can see the smoke that pours out as raw fuel being dumped into the engine without the afterburner lit. When the green light comes on, he's going to crank on that afterburner and take off down the quarter. Listen to the noise of the fire. Unbelievable.
Thank you.